Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Weiss from BodyPerformance.net, and today I'm teaming with my friends at Riptone Fitness Products to talk about a subject that I hear a lot about, and I've had to deal with it a little bit in my own training and in my own life, and that is shoulder pain. So if you do any amount of lifting, I've been lifting for about 35 years and playing other sports and stuff like that. If you do any amount of volume as far as lifting goes, you're going to have some shoulder pain eventually. It's just kind of part of the game. It's not necessarily a major injury, but it's just an issue that pops up. If you play any type of sport, volleyball, tennis, something like that, where you hit a ball, smash a ball, spike a ball, anything like that where you have a lot of shoulder rotation, whether it be overhead or to the side, you're going to develop some shoulder pain once in a while. Ironically, if you don't do anything and you don't do any lifting or any sports of any kind, and you're very sedentary and you sit at a desk on a computer, something like that all day working in front of you, guess what? You're going to have shoulder pain from that too. So this is an issue that a lot of people have to deal with. I'd actually go out on a limb and say nearly everyone eventually has to deal with this at some point in their life. Now, I believe that people need to be more responsible for their own health and for their own fitness. And when these things arise, the shoulder pain, taking some anti-inflammatory pills and going and seeing a massage therapist or a therapist of some kind, some sort of a physical therapist, there are many different kinds of them, I don't believe is enough. It's not that I have anything against those types of therapies, but in reality, you're not likely to go and see them on a daily basis unless you're a professional athlete and you have unlimited funds and unlimited resources to do this. In reality, you're probably going to see them a few times a month, maybe even a handful of times a year. And that just isn't going to cut it. The pills themselves, they're just going to mask the symptoms, but they're not going to address what is causing the pain. So I want to take a look at something that I've started implementing myself, because in my everyday life I was doing some work around the house, and guess what? I hurt my shoulder. Been working out for 35 years. I've had shoulder pain off and on throughout that time, nothing major, but bang, guess what? You hurt your shoulder doing something else that isn't even necessarily that physical. How you hurt it is irrelevant, but you got to deal with it. So I did some therapy and stuff like that, but I feel I need to do something on a regular daily or almost daily basis that isn't going to take a ton of time. This should only be about 10 minutes maybe, and you could even maybe do it in a little bit less time. You shouldn't need any special or crazy equipment. It's good to have a band and a roller is helpful, but you could probably even do it without those two things. And you don't need a lot of space to do it. You could do it in your office, you could do it in your bedroom, you could do it in your living room, you could do it anywhere. So what I want to share with you today is my own personal routine that I do, and I try and do it every day. And I didn't make up these exercises. This isn't like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical therapist. So this is what I do for myself. So I just want to share it with you, and hopefully it can help you out too. So let's have a look at it. I start with a rolling crucifix. This helps to open up the thoracic spine and stretches out the chest and anterior delts, which is the front part of the shoulders. Start with your hands overhead and roll side to side smoothly for 10 to 20 reps per side. Next, I do what I call the pitcher stretch, because it looks to me like a pitcher throwing a baseball. You can do this with a door frame or something similar, or you can use a band. Just stagger your stance and gently rotate your torso in the opposite direction of your hand. Try to keep your upper arm 90 degrees to the floor. Hold this for 15 to 30 seconds per side. If the last stretch was the pitcher stretch, then this could be the volleyball or tennis stretch, because your arm is in a very similar position to a volleyball spike or a tennis serve. Move the band up just below your elbow and put your hand behind your head. Rotate in the opposite direction, just like the last stretch, 15 to 30 seconds per side. I don't have a special name for this one, but it stretches the pec minor, so let's call it that. Brace your shoulder against a doorway or something similar with your hand about ear level. Slide your hand up the doorway to full extension and then pull it back down, being sure to pull your shoulder blade down and toward your mid-back. 10 to 20 reps per side. Now we're going to roll out your lats, and I'll be honest, this really sucks. A common mistake is to try and roll too big of an area at one time. You are better off to find a tight spot and then hang out there for a bit longer and work on that small area. I prefer to do more side-to-side rolling across the muscle as opposed to rolling along the grain. You can add a band to keep your arm fully extended and a more aggressive roller if you wish. 60 seconds per side will seem like a lifetime. Next up is the pull apart with external rotation. Choose a light band and grab with slightly wider than shoulder width. Be sure your palms are pointed up and thumbs slightly back for the whole movement. Pull the band apart without arcing your lower back. A common mistake is people shrugging their shoulders when they pull, which is incorrect. Keep those shoulders down and level. 15 to 20 reps. After the pull aparts, immediately transition to the overhead raise with external rotation. Use the same grip as the previous exercise, but now you are going to raise both arms from chest level to overhead while maintaining tension on the band. Do not arc your lower back excessively and try to maintain straight arms throughout the entire movement. 15 to 20 reps. To finish off, we are going to work on the upper back, which plays a big part in shoulder mobility. I don't have a name for this either, so I'll just call it the upper back extension stretch. Put the back of your arms flat on a bench or something similar. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees and turn your palms towards you as you try to pull your hands apart. Try and drop your chest as low as you can to the ground to open up the thoracic spine. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. So there you have it. That's something that I do on a daily basis, or at least try to do it daily. And I'm going to make myself do it. My shoulder's getting much better. And when it is better and I'm not feeling it anymore, like an idiot, half the time I stop doing the stuff that made it feel better. And that's what the goal is after I've done this. After I feel better, I want to continue to do it. Maybe I don't have to do it on a daily basis. Maybe I do it 3 times a week, 4 times a week, twice a week. But at least you're doing it regularly. Maybe you don't have 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure everyone does, but maybe you don't have 10 minutes. Drop 1 or 2 of the exercises. As long as you're addressing the 3 things that are going to be causing your shoulder pain, which is going to be usually tightness in the front, weakness in the back, and a tight thoracic spine. So if you're at least doing one thing for each of those things, you're doing a lot more than most people are doing right now. I'm Kevin Weiss from bodyperformance.net, teaming with Riptone Fitness Products. Hope this helped you out. I'll talk to you again real soon.